I'm live. Hello, 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 guys. We are live and we just want to thank you. Thank you for logging on. We are live. Everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming in on our stream at this time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we are here. I just want to welcome everybody for logging on. I can see you hopping on, guys. Thank you so much for logging on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on. Thank you so much. Okay, we have some people on already, and we just want to thank you all for popping on. Thank you so much for coming in, and send it out to your friends. Welcome, 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 welcome to everybody. We're streaming live from Step Consultancy. I'm your host, Novlet Simmonette, and I'm so happy to have you on this afternoon. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, guys. I'm happy to have you on. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Welcome, 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 everybody. I'm so happy to have you on this afternoon. I'm seeing my people coming on. Thank you so much. Remember to share, like our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and YouTube. Just give us a lot of likes, guys. We want by this week to reach at least 100 likes on our YouTube channel. Hey, Paulette, welcome, welcome. And remember to text where you are logging on from. Please, we want to know where you are logging on from. Just put it in the chat. We want to know where you are logging on from. Welcome, 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 everybody. Remember to send it out to your friends. Let them know that we are on at this time, and we are super, super excited to have you on. Guys, we are here, and our guest is just rearing and waiting to go. Just let us know where. Hey, yes, Mr. Wisdom from Savannah, and we have Paulette from South Carolina. Let us know where you are visiting us from. We want to know. All right, so we are going to go ahead right now at this time, and I always like to just say a word of prayer before we actually begin. Father, we just want to thank you right now for this afternoon, for what you are going to do, how you're going to use this to minister to people, how you're going to use it to help persons, how they can go through whatever situation that they may face. I pray, God, through the power of your Holy Spirit, that you will intervene. And I pray that as everyone who may watch it live or may watch it after, that they will learn something from this that we are sending out there. Father God, have your divine way right now. And we thank you in Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen. Can you all see me? Just let me know, because guess what, guys? I click on the welcome thing that I have here, and then I'm not too sure what's going on. But let me know if you are seeing us.
Not seeing another, just seeing welcome.
Oh, you're not seeing me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just seeing the welcome display sign on the screen.
So you gotta take it off, Novlet.
Okay, so let me remove that from the remove that banner. Okay, let me remove it. All right, I thought let's see. Are you still not seeing me?
Yeah.
No, still not seeing me. Let me see what's going on right here.
Yeah, there we
okay. Go. All right, there we go. Thank you again, guys. I don't know how I was just hiding my face like that. I am so sorry, guys. I know I had my welcome there. Want to welcome everybody to our live stream. Okay, so the internet was just, I can't control that anyway. So again, guys, we are streaming live from Step by Step Consultancy, and Step by Step Consultancy is a recruiting agency where we recruit international teachers and we place them in classrooms all over the United States. And we want to encourage, if you have friends or family members who want to teach here, that they can sign up with us at stepbystepconsultancy.org. That's our website, and it's running there on the banner. When you look, you'll see it. Or you can send us an email, right? So remember now, you can sign up with us, and we will try our very best and make sure that you are placed. And remember, don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, as you can see, and we are on LinkedIn also. So don't forget, guys, to follow us. All right. So we have Roxanne here with us, and we have Carissa with us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carissa. Yes. Can you see me now, Carissa? I just want to make sure. Send it out to your friends so that they can log on. All right, guys. So I have two gentlemen on my platform this afternoon, and they are going to share with us something that is very, very important. There are so many teachers who leave their home country and they come here to the United States to teach, and they are not able, their spouses are not able to what is called the H4 visa. And so these men are going to share with you some of their experience that they have. And I want you to put in the chat. Don't forget, guys, I want you to talk to us, to let us know what you think, or if you have an idea to share with us. And I'll make sure to find it, and I'll make sure to read it out so that everybody can hear and see and get an answer to what they want to hear. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give them the opportunity. I'm going to stop talking at this time, because teachers do talk a lot, because we are in the classroom and we have to be talking. And so I'm going to give them an opportunity right at this time to introduce rather themselves. All right. I'm not sure who will go first.
Well, Gaylon, you want to go?
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Respect, brother. Well, my name is Gaylon Wisdom. And first of all, Novi, let me just say, I mean, it's a privilege just to share on your platform, and thank you very much for the opportunity. So,
You're welcome.
I'm a proud Christian. That's something that identifies me at the very beginning of who I am. Also, I'm a husband of 13 years in marriage, and I have two kids. And I mean, this journey has been a very eventful one that I'll say that, you can make it.
Amen. All right. I don't want you to go any further. I don't want you to give them that juice as yet. I want them to wait. So that is why I said the amen, so I can stop you right there. Don't get right into
That's
that
where I was
juice.
stopping.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Wisdom. I call him Sir Wisdom. I call him Gaylon. I call him Wizzy, all different kind of names. All right. And so we have Mr. Hopeton England on the
Yes.
platform with us. Going to introduce himself.
Yes. Good evening. Said my name is Hopeton, England. I have a beautiful wife and two kids. We I've been a financial advisor for, let's say, 8 years. 8 years, and I enjoy playing sports. Yeah, spending time with my family. Uh, yeah, so I am I am basically an individual who love to support. I'm heavily in church, heavily supporting, serving in the church. That's one of the backbone of what I do, what I give. So been a privilege just to be a part of a step-by-step consultancy for a year or so. And I want to say I appreciate the opportunity to share as well, come share my story, because as I said, it's a lot of ups and downs, and that's what we're going to talk about. And I want to say thanks again, Mr. Simonette, for sharing, allow me to share my story on the platform. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So we have Mr. Wisdom and we have Mr. England here with us. It's my pleasure, guys, to have you on sharing this afternoon with me. And I must tell you guys that as the CEO and founder of Step by Step Consultancy, these guys have been supporting a whole lot with prayer and otherwise. They have been very, very supportive. So thank you guys for being here with us this afternoon. So my first question to you, as you're relaxed and got yourself prepared and ready to dig into this meat of what we have here this afternoon, is what brought you to the United States? And anyone can answer first. So what brought you here to the United States?
All right, since Upton gave me the opportunity to go first, so let me just continue the ball game now, and
All right.
just go first. Yeah. So yes, a few years ago, my wife applied and through the international teaching program, and that gave me the opportunity to be here. I think the name of the program was Faces, and so she was successful with her application, and the journey started there.
Okay, so you came because your wife got a job here as a teacher.
That's
Okay,
correct.
all right. All right, thank you so much. Mr. England, how about you?
Yeah, I think the same thing in terms of a international teaching program, just like Step by Step. In 2017, she went on several appointment interviews, and she was eventually successful with one. The first one was a devastating one, because anybody know my wife Nicole England, that she hates to be disappointed when no one likes it. But in terms of quote unquote failing, that really damaged her self esteem. However, with a good support system, she went ahead and applied, because she was insisting that she needed more. She needed to fully maximize her true potential. So she applied for an international teaching program. The name of it is USA Employment, and she managed to got through and came here in 2017. And my wife and I, uh, my daughter at the time, I should say, my daughter and myself came in 2018. Yeah.
Oh, so your wife came first and then you
Yes,
came after.
correct.
Okay, good. And you know what? You gave us some little information there. And guys, don't forget to put some questions in the chat as well. Or if you want to make a statement or you want to say something, don't forget to put it in chat. But you did say something that rather interesting while you were talking about how you got here. Did you say that your wife tried some other programs but never got through and was disappointed?
Yes, 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 yes. I think it's the same one that Gaylon, wife, went on. Faces. I think it's for North Carolina. I mean, yeah, I think so. And
Okay.
she was, kind of devastated, I should say. As you said it. And then it took her a while to gain the confidence to try again. So that was the situation.
Okay, all right. So, you know something, guys, tell your friends that it doesn't mean because they tried before and they weren't successful that they will not be successful. So, tell them to keep trying, okay? Because I myself, I did it about 3 times and eventually I got on one. So, tell them to keep trying, all right? And I'm not seeing my people putting anything in the chat and letting me know where you are on from. We want to know where you are logging on from. Okay. All right. Now, how long since, did you say how long since you've been here?
No, the thing that we've been here, I, I've been here this year makes 6 years,
Okay.
and then I said Nicole came in 2017, so she's here a year before me, so that would be 7 years this
All
year.
right. Okay. Okay. All
Yes,
right.
and for me, myself and my wife, we came here in 2015, so we are just about the 9 year mark.
What? All right. So let
Yeah.
me ask you, Mr. Wisdom. You came along with your wife the same time because I noticed Mr. England said he came after. So did you come the same time with your wife?
Well, I did not come same time with my wife, but it's just that I packaged both of us together. So, yes, I
Okay.
came a few months afterwards.
Okay, okay. While you,
So,
Mr. England, I think took a year. After a
Yes,
year, you
yes,
came.
yes, a year.
Right,
And
right, right, right.
one of the reason I don't mean to cut you. One of the reason it's important to note that at the time my thinking was, she was going into a foreign environment, and uh, really we had our young daughter at the time, so we don't know what to expect. So she went ahead and kind of paved the way, so to speak, in terms of what to expect, and how to adjust herself. So that was the reason behind of it, even though it was kind of a separation. But we do travel back and forth during that 1 year when we weren't when we weren't together in terms of living together. So that's what helped us, to transition seamless.
okay.
Okay,
What
thank you so
what I
much.
what I can add also, Novlet, is that I had a steady job back home, and
Mm-hmm.
my wife, we started to talk about the idea of doing this. So, you know, similar to what Hopeton mentioned earlier. I mean, for my wife to come and test what it's like. But after a few weeks in it, I decided that, hey, it's time to go also. Try new grounds.
Okay.
So
All right. So, you know what? This is so interesting, because now we're looking at the different dynamics and the thinking behind not coming at the same time. And I can tell you, I did the same thing as well. Whilst I took like 1 month anyway. My husband took like a month and then he was here. So there are different dynamics in your family, and you want to make sure that you discuss this carefully before you make the final decisions if both parties want to travel at the same time. Well, we're not going to get into all of that right away, but further down, you will learn some more. Welcome, guys. I'm seeing some more persons logging on. Thank you so much. And we are coming to you from Step by Step Consultancy, and we are welcoming you at this time. Thank you all. Don't forget to give our YouTube channel some likes. We want you to give us some love, guys. Like our channel and our Facebook pages, Instagram, all our pages, guys. Thank you so much. My next question to you is, what visa did you travel to the United States on?
Well, the first visa for us was the J1 or the J visa, J1, J2. And, that was our start. We actually spent 5 years on that visa.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about that J1? Or hold on, before you go to that, let me ask Hopeton, what visa did you travel on when you got here?
You know that that's a funny thing. A funny thing I mentioned that as it relates to the work program though is the J's, the J1 and the J2. But I must note that the first time I came to America was in 2017. I got in when I just received my 10-year visa, which that's a B4 B2. I'm not sure B1. I'm not sure. And just a little bit of experience when I came to America. It was on a conference for work, and I never know the significance of how credit card is so useful in America. I walk with this cash, and it seemed that no one was taking cash. I couldn't take a cab with cash. I was like, wow. So that was an eye opener coming to America for the first time, and just fast forward, traveling on the work visa. It really taught me a lot how to prepare myself coming to America.
Okay. So you came on the J visa as well.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so both gentlemen first came on the J visa. And then what happened? Did you spend, how many years did you stay on that visa?
Well, for me, I spent actually 5 years on that visa. And I mean, as you go along, you'll hear the rest of my story. But
Okay.
that first 5 years on the J visa, there was a lot of experiences in terms of it wasn't as hard as the H visa. And you'll hear that very soon, but I can tell that, it gave me several eye openers just being here, able to work, which that's something that you learn later, but also you're able to understand the culture of this country and
Oh,
start seeing the opportunities that this country has. And, that was a convincing point for me and my family.
okay. All right, good. And I guess for Mr. England, being on the J, you're saying the same thing as well.
Yes, yes, yes. I was actually spent like three years on the J, and it really. I mean, because we came here straight to Arizona, so it's not like a huge population of Jamaicans. So either way it was rough, because that once you come and you apply for EAD card. The for who don't know what a EAD card is, what allow you to work on the program. It's like a passport to work, then, so to speak. So it took a while. So staying home for a good 2 to 3 months. I'm being, as I was the guy who work, because I worked for like 8 years, at a financial institution. So so to
Sorry,
basically come.
where did you work? Excuse me, Mr. England. That 8 years of work, where was it? In Jamaica, right?
Yes, yeah, in Jamaica.
Okay,
I
in
said
Jamaica. Okay.
before I came here, I just coming here and not being able to work as soon as possible. So it really put a damp in terms of my personality, my who I am, and it started to question. I should have stayed longer. So that's like the teething stage, to be honest, to get over. And once I got the EAD card, I was landed a good enough job just to start to work up and running.
Okay, good. All right, so guys, you're hearing that. So he came, and even though he was on the J for the first few months, he was not able to work. He had to wait until he got that EAD card. Now, Gaylon, were you able to? How long it took you to get that work permit on the J? Now they are talking a little bit, guys. We're going to get into the H, but they're sharing a little bit about the J, because as you know that on the J you can work. All right, continue.
Okay, for me, when I came here, it took me say less than say 2 months to get through with my work authorization when I was on the J visa. And what I'll say is that back home in Jamaica, I've always been working ever since I left high school. And so coming here and for that few months that I was not able to work, honestly, I think that was one of the worst experiences I could have gone through in that season. And so, I mean, the good thing with the J visa is that work authorization came through a bit quick. At that time, it was lengthy because, I mean, I've never been out of a job for that long in my life. But I mean, it came through in that time period, and it was a great experience on the J visa, able to work. And I got the ball started where I was. I was in a community in South Carolina called Bennettsville. It was a rural place, great town, also with great people. And right away, God blessed me to work with a program where I was able to impact the community. I mean, impact fathers, I should say, which was very, very, very good.
Okay, good, great. I love that. So being on the J visa, you were able to work. And would you say that that 3 months or that 2 months when you were not able to work, was it like a mental preparation for what is to come? Would you say it did that to you?
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, it's like a teething process. Yeah, so it's like for anything in life, you have to go through it, before you see the trueness of it, before you see the result. And that not really affect me mentally, even affect my relationship with my wife. So
Wow.
so because I'm questioning myself, leaving leaving a job, coming here, not working for 3 months. It tend to, like, the devil kind of put things in the head. Are you sure you want to do this? This is are you, it's been months now. What you want to do? You want to stay? You want to go? So it's right in your head. You just thoughts after thoughts. But as I said before, I mean, after, once you have a good support system, because my brother was here, so he helped me to really, cope, along with my wife, because she tend to listen and understand. So she tend to, support and understand why I say certain stuff, why I talk this way, because she knew that coming from a background in finance and coming here and not working, yeah, it took a toll on me.
All
Well,
right,
no,
guys. So,
I know that I can just share and say, I mean, at that time it was difficult. I mean, it's just the fact that you have never been unemployed, and for the say the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the American effect wear off. Why? Because now you realize that you're sitting at home, you're just doing pickup duties, and like, okay, then I need to start working again. And for that period, it was, yeah, mentally it had its effect. But one of the good things I can say is that you could see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that was in my situation. And I'm a very positive minded person, so yes, there are always negatives around, which is obvious, but I kept on looking beyond and continue to waiting and hoping that my work permit would come through very soon. So that's what kept me. But mentally, it's very hard.
okay. All right. So guys, you heard that coming from the men, and you will hear some more later on, because that is just the beginning of what the experience. So make sure you tell your friends to log on, especially those who you know have their husbands here and the husbands are not able to work. They are not working. Make sure you tell them to log on to listen to these two men who are sharing their experience. Thank you so much, Paulette. Paulette is saying it's great to have our men sharing because the spouses are really reluctant to come or leave their jobs. All right. So you're learning something, Paulette, and that's what they are saying this evening, that it was difficult for them to leave their jobs. And a Gladstone Wisdom says, great program, greetings and blessings to you all. Thank you all so much, guys. Remember to put in the chat. We want you to send greetings. We want you to text a message, whatever you want to say, that just put it in the chat below. Again, guys, give us a lot of loves and likes on our Facebook page. We are looking for some likes, guys, and tell your friends to start following us. All right. All right. So let's move on to the next question. Now, did you change? No, we spoke about being on the J1, and now you're here for quite some time. So did you change status? And if you did, what did you change to?
Yes, yes. After 5 years being here, and that was the end of our J visa. I mean, my wife applied for the H visa, and yes, we changed to the H visa after 5 years of being here because there was no more extension that you could get with the J visa. And I mean, what that means is that you have to go back home. And after being here for 5 years, and also tasting the opportunities that's here, going back home is not the best thing you want to hear. So I mean, I'm happy that yes, we changed and we were successful on the H visa.
Okay, so you changed to the H visa. So your
Yes,
visa would have been the H4, right?
that's correct.
All right. And Mr. England, did you change status as well?
Yeah, I did. But before we actually move on, if you don't mind, you know, we spoke about the struggles before, getting the work permit. But once you get it, and as what uh, Gaylon said, that now you started seeing the success. Now you start to, things start to come your way. You start earning the money. You land a good job. And things that happen before questioning. You start to say, what good thing with this there, because never see them kind of money before. It just show you that once you stick it through, because the opportunities are here. Opportunities, it's so much till you are confused. You just have to know who you are and what you want. But when the status chipping and can work, the opportunity is endless. So moving fast forward to changing the status after 3 years, I was changed to H4.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to dive right into, because we started eating cutting the steak a little bit, and now we are getting right into the steak because we realize how it tastes nice. And so guys, they are now going to share with us, after they have changed the status, what happened. Because I want you to take note that one of the things that they say is that when they got the EAD, which is the work permit, and were able to work, how it felt good, and they were like, wow, yes man, this is what I want. But then after that, they had to change status, and changing status came with something else. All right, Mr. Wisdom, you seem to be the one who is always going first, so let me call on you. After you've changed your status, what was it like on the H4
Oh,
visa?
that's where the real test started. And listen, as a Christian, I, I'm happy that I have a foundation, in Christ. And I give thanks to my parents and all my friends back home in Jamaica, because that's where the real test came. And the J visa, it was good. It was nice to work. I'm here 5 years. I got myself established in a very good organization where I was helping men. I was helping men in that community and that region. of South Carolina to reconnect with the family, understand the meaning of fatherhood. I mean, I go to the extent of maybe going to prison to talk to men, preventing men from going to prison. You know, you became that person. You know, you're on the media, you're in magazine, and you start to taste the success. And it's like, whoa, you did not get this opportunity back in Jamaica. And this is from my personal talent, because back in Jamaica, my qualification is in real estate. I mean, land valuation. And coming to America, the area that I was, I mean, real estate wasn't the most profitable that was there based on where I was located. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I was able, God allowed me to use my talent in another job where, you know, I'm a person that like to encourage and counsel people and, you know, talk with people. And I got myself placed in that position and it was very good. Now,
Wow.
coming to the end of the J1 and having that discussion with my wife, it was a very difficult one because no, I had stability and
Mm.
she did not have stability. And, you know, it was one of this, that very difficult time. But it was a moment where I had to put my trust in God. I mean, and yes, I mean, for persons who are out there might be wondering, and I'm not trying to pretty it up, but yes, we had back and forth issues, conversation, arguments. Should we go? Should we go here? And yes, we had that. And so coming on the H4, we had to move to Savannah, Georgia, where the opportunity came through with my wife to teach in that city. And that's where it started now, the real test, where, I mean, I had to wait for, say, over 3 years for a work authorization. And
Wow.
that was the journey. I
Wow.
mean, yes, yes. I mean, what I would say is that the H4 or the H visa, you know, it gives you a direct path to the green card. But yeah, the challenge was there with the spouse. And you'll hear more.
Wow. Hmm. Can you imagine somebody say, welcome Z, happy to have you on. You mentioned that you changed from the J visa to the H4 visa, not being able to work. How did you survive not being able to work for 2 to 3 years? He's going to tell you later on. Just stay put and invite your friends to come and listen to these men share with us. All right, so Mr. England, I want you to tell us about you. How did you?
Well, well, my story kind of really different, to be honest. Yeah, because let me just explain why it's different. So, so after COVID, what happened is that my I got sent home in terms of the work from home, and then that's the period my visa I had to change, right?
Oh,
So so I was given like 6 months to come up with the EAD card, you know, switching the H4, you know, on the EAD card. So what happened that they kept me on, you know, still pay me for that time when I was home. But however, the the there's some kind of technicality that didn't allow me to get back the EAD card. So I was supposed to move on, right? Then what happened, because as I stated before, I'm coming from a J1. So just to make it clear, I'm coming from a J2. Sorry. So moving on. So yeah, someone from HR reached out to me. Someone from HR reached out to me and said, "Are you looking to apply? Because once you apply, we just want to see that you apply for the EAD card." So at the time, I didn't have no H4. I didn't have no H4 documents because I was in the process. So you know, I actually they reached out to me like a month, a little bit before, a month after, but I don't know exactly. But what happened is that my H4 documents came, right? So what happened is that the the EAD card. I didn't have an EAD card that came with it. So she said to me that this is the HR lady is talking now. I was texting, sending email. So I said to her that this is the document that I have, and that was the H4 document. So what happened is that she look on it, and then match it to the uh, the 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 Arizona Employment Association, and that's how I could maintain working.
Okay. All right. So his story is totally different, guys. And you
Oh,
know that during the COVID, and he is really lucky. This is one that I've never heard about before. And you know that he is extremely lucky. And you see, during COVID, anything happens, and a lot of people were blessed during that time. So but as Gaylon says, he was without working, because that's what happened. Being on H4, and I just want to make it clear, guys, that when you are on a H4 visa, you cannot work. I know that they have some countries now
yes, that's correct.
spouses are able to work. But as they earlier stated, unless you get that authorization, you cannot work. And let me stress it. Let me stress it enough. You cannot work on
And Novlet,
the.
can I also say something to
Yes, please go
Novlet? Can
ahead.
I start? Yes, and what I did not mention is that the lawyer, when we came over to Savannah and switched to the H visas, the lawyer, I asked the lawyer a question, will I be able to work? And he said, well, unless you plan to go back to Jamaica and work. But once you're here, you cannot. And that was a point in my life where I had to look at everything that I've achieved here and then continue to looking at that light at the end of the tunnel and decide that, hey, it's better for me to stay and stick it out. So you cannot work unless you go back home.
Right. So somebody said unemployed for 3 years. And this person looked like they're popping their eyes open and question it. Goodness. That's what they say. Goodness. Oh my goodness, 3 years. Your wife, I need to have her on this program for her to tell me how did she manage. All right, so now, and I'm going to get her on this program to tell you guys. If you want to see his wife on the program, just give me that thumbs up or something in the chat so that we can have her to tell us how did she manage this. So Mr. Wisdom, tell us a little bit. Emotionally, how did you feel? Just like
All
what
right.
somebody is saying, how?
And I'm gonna say this for all the ladies to understand. And then there might be some situation where the men are the primary visa holder and the female might be the dependent. But from man, I mean, based on how God ordained things, I mean, naturally for us men, it is us that we pride ourselves working. And if we're not working, we just don't feel as if we're of any use. And that was something that mentally affected me during that period.
Wow.
Also, you know, during that period, there's a little twist that I should mention. I mean, during that time between the J1 and the H, we had two kids, and during my 3 years of being unemployed on the H visa, it gave me the opportunity to bond with my children. And that's the reason why I said at the very beginning that, I'm a very positive minded person, even if the negative exists. And, that period was hard. Also, what I did was volunteer. And that's very, very, very important. I love the game of football. They call it soccer up here. And so, I volunteered as a coach at one of the local academy down here, which, that was a great experience. And I'll also tell men out there that volunteer is a big thing up here because if you choose to volunteer in areas that you're qualified in, or you're skillful, or you have skill or talent in, when that work authorization comes through, that's almost like a foot through the door of that company or in that area, because you get the opportunity to put that on your resume. And that's something that I learned during that period. So the wait was very long. Yes, ups and downs, trying times, arguments, back and forth, disagreement. Yes, your marriage will be tested during that period. And it's something that made us even much better and stronger now. But for me, that was a brand new experience. My first experience was not able to work for 3 months. No, I'm looking at 3 years. And yeah, I had to find something to do. So coaching was an outlet for me. I mean, coaching made me feel important. I was going coaching a group of boys, interacting with parents. You know, it gave me a responsibility. And in that period of time, persons believed in me. And for me personally, I like when I can pour into people's lives. So knowing the game, having a better knowledge of the game, and also I use the opportunity to get myself qualified as a better coach. So during that period, I did that mainly, and that kept me sane, I should say. Otherwise, from praying and being practical, yes, that kept me sane during that journey.
Wow, you heard his word, guys. That kept volunteering, kept him sane. So you can only imagine sitting down for 3 years not working. That age four, somebody said that age four, graveyard soup says age four is no joke. My husband has been home for 2 years. Oh my goodness, that age four is no joke, guys. Being on it and not able to work. And what I love about what he just said is that he went out, because you imagine sitting at home as a man or even a female and you're not used to it, because you have both parties where the men, sometimes they are the ones who get the job, so the wife follow them. You imagine sitting home for 3 years not working. All right, so we're going to get some more into it. We almost reached the bone part of the steak, and so Gaylon cut it way down. So we were basically just chewing on the bones right there, because he went all the way down. All right, so guys, put it in the chat if you have any question that you would want to ask them. So Mr. England, what else? Tell us how this affected or is affecting you emotionally. Now, let me go back to Mr. Wisdom for a minute, because his story is different from yours in the sense that you were able to, while he was not able to at all. So Mr. Wisdom, tell me, I know you say it helped you, volunteering is what helped you to remain sane. And the arguments that you had and so on. But how was your support to your wife during that time?
Well, my support to my wife. All right. First of all, you know, I'd say love has to be established. That's very important in a marriage, in a relationship. And trying times doesn't necessarily mean that you're failing, or it means that the ship is going to sink. And because of that, I mean, I'm going to say this. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. We don't have a perfect marriage. We have a very good marriage and a relationship. But guess what happened? Through going back and forth, understanding, compromising, I mean, sometimes teeth and tongue have to meet. But at the end of the day, respect was always there. And I am not afraid to pour out in terms of how I feel, and my wife is not afraid to pour out how she feels either. But one of the best things is that after everything is said and done, I mean, you still can come together and still hand in and help each other to move forward. So during that time, I try my very best to encourage my wife, help her, because the school environment is very stressing. And also here, when you come from a different culture, you meet in different cultural behavior, I mean, norms up here. A lot of time I try my very best to be a big support to my wife. Now, when I was coaching, My wife was a big support because she was also on the sidelines. I mean, when we
Wow.
travel out to different places, yes, she was there, and that encouragement go on. She saw the parents of other kids interacted with me, and also she was there to even encourage me whenever my team lost a game. So and it worked for each other. And then, as I said, I got the opportunity to improve my parenting skill as a father. I mean, most of us might know that, we men will go out and we work. So the nurturing part of things is normally on the female, but I got the opportunity for 3 years to nurture my kids. I mean, take my kids to school, had conversation with them, pray with them, teach them stuff. I mean, teaching my daughter, my son how to cross the road, and some of the basic stuff that really give us a great bonding today. So that was very, very, very important. And it gave us the opportunity to save money on daycare. So,
Wow.
so as I said, I'm always on the positive side of things. And that's what really happened during those 3 years. It was trying, but we made it.
Amen. All right. So I'm going to come to Mr. England. Do you have anything to add to that or that you want to say?
Yeah, I think uh, in terms of, I have to commend Gaylon for enduring and
Respect, brother.
volunteerism, because it's hard, especially when you don't have a good support, when you don't have support system around you, like you're back home, so you can easily go to your friend house and like talk or laugh, or you can go to those to play sports. So when you just you and your wife, it kind of forced you to bond first and foremost, to get to know your wife better, and also, as well as you said, kids, you get to spend more time with the kids, because I mean, back home, spending time with my daughter, I used to pick her up from school, but it wasn't often in terms of spending time. But now coming here and having and getting the next daughter, it can kind of teach him about the father all over, how to spend quality time, how to bond, because the thing is about relationship or marriage. When the wife says that you're bonding with the child, her heart's open up to you very easily, because you know that gives her so much warmth that she's not alone. So when that happens, when that happened, I find myself, or we found ourselves getting closer together, and those sharing moments, the sharing, the down times, or sharing the difficult times, would that be not working, would that be, just going through the cultural aspect of it, and also the changing of status and what to do. So, it's a hard road to speak, but as I said, as a Galen said, you have to look at the positive side of it, because you things that you not think about doing back home, like spending some quality time with the kids, you end up doing here, and get to understand your kids more, and they tend to be more attached, and sometimes even save your marriage.
Yeah. And Nove, also, Hopeton
Mhm.
mentioned something that's very important, especially as most us men. It's very important that we have, we try to have good support system. I mean, good friends, good brethren we can talk to. You get me? I mean, in times like those, you need to find, good company that can maybe give you good advice during that time. Whether it be older persons who are in marriage, or, just some good brethren who can say, "Yo, boss, man, no worries, sir. No worries, sir. That'll come true for you. Christian or not, no Christian. Just some people will say, yo, but gee, just go and hold it, yo. Understand? Things are work out. And what's encouraging also is to see others who are already ahead of you. I mean, they are successful, and it's like, I find myself dreaming, like, if he can make it, or that couple can make it, that means that I can make it. It's just waiting is the big thing.
That waiting thing there, I'm telling you guys, really tough and rough. And Galen, you deserve a medal. Trust me, 3 years, you deserve a medal. Guys, do
And
you have any regret? Okay, sorry. Before I ask that question, do you want to say something?
no, man, that's okay. That's okay. I just bubbling over here.
Yeah,
I understand.
I Piggyback on what Gaylon said, that seeing couples that are here before, I like to, big up my Pastor Vanessa and Pastor Maurice from the UAC, because they came up just like us on the program, as as a young couple, with two kids, and then seeing them experiencing in that success to a height, whereas you know she's a principal, the pastor a principal, and then my other pastor, he's in a well-paying facility, work. So it just shows you that once you tough it out, as what we say back home, you know you should receive the success.
Oh, Hopeton, you put me in a whole heap of trouble right there, saying, Hopeton. You got to big up people right now. Oh, I'm about train. For go big up.
Well, you
No,
know
except
what?
them know themselves, man.
You know something, guys? The support system. Thank you, Paul. The support system is key. And these guys obviously had support. Which brings me to my next question. Um, do you have any regrets of coming here?
No, no, 10 times, 50 times.
No
And
regrets.
no
So,
regrets. And the reason why I can say that, is opportunity. Yes, this country is the land of opportunity. And and it's not to downplay my home country, which I have a lot of love for.
yeah,
But just coming here and seeing so many things that you can invest yourself into, it's wow. And not only that, but also when it concerns to safety. And I know a lot of people see stuff on the television and XYZ, but the truth and fact is that being here, you can choose to live places where you don't even interact with what you do see on the television. And
exactly.
that's something that I had to recondition my mind. And just to give you a quick short story. So back home in Jamaica, I got robbed several times by guys walking on the road. Take home a cell phone and walking around, you look over your shoulder because you feel like somebody following you. And based on how people dress and carry themselves, you just know, so boy, them people look like a trouble. And so when I just came here, I was walking into the town, and I saw three guys walking up ahead, but they were walking towards me on the same sidewalk. And your look sort of looked suspicious. So at that time, I had my cell phone, and I'm like, hey, I put my cell phone in my back pocket, and I'm like, hey, anything is anything, because I'm not gonna make the money take on my cell phone. And it was just surprising that when I get up to the guys, they open a part, I walk right through, and then after a few steps, I look back and I said, hold on, how comes, and it just brought me to the reality that I'm in a different place. I'm in a different place. And after experiencing that and others, it just brought me to the fact that since being here, I've never been threatened when it comes on to that. Since being here, I've never been held up or attempted to be robbed or whatever it is. And it just gave me the opportunity to choose spaces that I don't have to be exposed to that element of life. And that feels good. I think in one of your interviews earlier, I think someone said that, I think it was Petro said, and when she came here, now she understand I think it's safety or
Yes.
fear. I think it was something about what fear was. And that is
Yeah.
definitely true. So
Yes.
no 10 times again.
So true, so true, guys. And you know what? You are right, Wisdom. I remember times when I'm not saying anything bad about. I love Jamaica. Looking forward to go back there very soon. But I remember times when I would be driving in and I'm looking behind. Now I go to Walmart and leave my car open. Well, never lock it and forget that. Gee,
Man,
when I
leave it
walk back,
on too.
I'm like, my goodness, I did not lock my car. And then we would take it for a joke, and say, wow, if this was wherever, this would have been gone.
Yeah.
Like, but guys, I just want to say that we have no regrets. And even though the time was tough, as Gaylon was saying, it was tough for him at that stage when he went on the H4. However, he is now saying he has no regrets. No, Mr. Wisdom, I know the people might have figured that out. So is it that you're working now?
Yes, yes. I mean, that's a whole new, different experience now. A part of it is that I feel, I feel like a functioning man again. Yes, during that
Wow.
time, I was on a different pathway, spending more time with my kids and volunteering, but now I'm able to financially contribute to my house. And that's a big part of a man's life and his duty or responsibility. I mean, I can never get our man sit down and not work and chooses
Mhm.
not to work. I mean, it's still mind boggling for me, but that's a different story.
Wow. If we know our Jamaican men, though, we know that our Jamaican men don't love the whole thing for sit down and not work. And say our Jamaican men believe in going out to work. And
Uh-huh.
so once they're not working, they want support because say our Jamaican men believe that they are the head of the household, and that's how the Bible says it's supposed to be. They are the head of the household, so they don't want to stay home and not working. Yeah, Mr. England, what do you have? Do you have any regrets of being here?
Yeah, the fun thing I talk about that. If you had asked me that like the first year I came here, I would have said yes. To be honest, yeah. But yeah, after I said after getting over the fact of finally getting to not being able to work and start to work, and there's so much. It's more than just the opportunity. It's who it is, the man that it turns it into.
Mhm.
It's whether it be a family man, like who actually go to your daughter's games, whether it be go to your wife classroom to fix up her classroom, help her as the classroom, whether it be going on vacations. So it allows you to see things and experience things from a different light. You could have been distracted back home. I'm a guy who passionate about my country. I never get tired in terms of going back home, but
Right.
there's some things that apart from the opportunity, but in terms of family wise, it turns into a better man. A man that can, your kids are not ashamed of. Your wife is not embarrassed. When they see you, they are proud. When they see you, even right now, they're, it's a privilege because they are proud to that. That's my dad. So it's more than just the opportunity it brings. And I would say, I mean, I am glad that I'm here, and I'm not sorry that I came. I'm glad, because it makes him turn into a better man spiritually, a better man physically, and a better husband and a family man.
Wow. So there's a whole lot that came out of you being here in the United States. And that's what I'm getting from both of you, that there's a
Yes.
whole lot that you have learned and privileges and opportunities being here. Guys, do you want to add anything else before we end our live today? And I want you
Uh,
to think about it. And while you think about it, let me just talk to our friends who have logged on. Oh, some people say, Graveyard Soup says, I have no regrets. And
big up yourself.
yes, good job. And Cassie said, wow. And Mr. Wisdom said, please note, marriage is hard work and sacrifice and strong faith, back up with love and commitment. You all can be
Yeah,
successful. Put
yeah,
your
big up my
faith.
father for the one there.
Yes, thank you so much. And Cassie said the provider is back. That means you weren't working for a while. Now you're working, so the provider is
Yeah,
back. Thank you so much for your
respect
comment,
Cassie
guys.
and Pauline and Graveyard and Tanya.
Everybody.
Yeah, ZB and my wife Roxanne. Yeah, I still have
Yeah,
my
thank
accent.
you. Yeah, Roxanne, I saw a lot. I saw a lot of people put the thumbs up. So thank you so much. So I know you're listening, so get yourself prepared and ready. A lot of people put the thumbs up because they want to hear you on our live. So I'll contact you and we'll talk about it. Tell us how did you manage? You are a strong Black woman, and congratulations to you. And for all the other men who your spouse might not be working, and it's you who carrying that load and bearing that burden because they are on the age for and they can't work. You are a strong woman. You're a strong man, and congratulations to you for carrying the household, the family to whatever, wherever, whenever it will end, because we know that it takes some time. All right, thank you so much, guys. You want to say anything else to our people?
Yeah,
Yeah. All
okay,
right, Hopeton, you go first now.
yeah, come on, you go through a speech, so let's go first. Yeah, so I mean, I said before, the journey, uh, the journey was initially rough, and I think many times when we think about carrying the family, to a better opportunity, I think the men are so, sometimes reluctant because of, what they have heard in the past. Like, for instance, Gaylon not working for 3 years and you're not working for some months. And, how come, because I'm not going to lie to you, if you don't have God in the midst of it, you don't have a rock, it can break you. It can even separation between you and your family. You can, go back home because you and your partner need to see, got to see eye to eye. You have to realize that there's a bigger cause. There's more than just the struggle that we're going through. Remember, we can't forget the reason why we're here. And I think sometimes, when we get caught up into not being able to work, we tend to forget the purpose. So that's how easily we lose hope. So I'm saying to, persons, men just like us that are struggling right now, that, still find a warm time getting a good job, that job that because another thing we didn't mention, that when you just come, it's hard because you don't have a American experience. It's hard to land that good job that you really want. So that's a different program, in terms of coping. But I think if we look at each other lives, we can look at it and say that, okay, there's hope. We just gotta, steer the path and just believe that, okay, once they can do it as a family, or once she can do it, as a wife, we all can support. Because one of the main thing that us men appreciate is respect. We're not working and we don't have this, but once you give that respect, I tell you, we not being able to work would not affect us that much, because we know you guys understand, and we know that we are on the same page, and it's a better cause, a better purpose. So once that is instilled, and what's God in the midst of it, let's fight on, my brothers.
Hey,
Thank you.
just pass the button to me now, Hopeton.
Mm.
All right, cool. Reach and drop it. Yeah, man. I mean,
Before you
respect.
answer, hold on, Galen. Before you answer, I
Yeah.
noticed Tanya asked a question. Somebody just texted down here to say Tanya asked, and I went back and looked. It says, if you went home on the H4, would you still be able to come back and work after 3 years on a work permit? Of course, you can come back and work on a work permit. Once you have a work permit to work, you can come back and work. Okay. So yes, you can come back and work. All right. I just want to make sure that we are not missing any question. Um, Somebody said being on the J1. Let's say I get an H1B offer. Can I put my husband? Of course. Yes, you can. Because remember now, this is what these guys are talking about. Their wife, and vice versa, same thing. Their wife got on the J1, and they changed status, and the husband, their husbands, and they are on it. So yes, you can. All right. And before I let Gaylon give his last speech, I just want to say, guys, don't forget to follow us, like what we have, share with your friends. We are looking for at least 50 to 100 likes on our YouTube channel this week. So share it with your friends, send the video out to your friends. Now remember, Step by Step Consultancy is a recruiting agency. We recruit teachers and we are in communication with school districts. We also have a new platform where you can upload your resume to our platform, and it is exclusive only to HRs and principals. So what they will do, they would go to our platform and look at your resume, and if they look at it and they like you and believe you are the best fit for their school, then they will select you, talk to us, and we'll reach out to you. So make sure you upload your resume to our platform. All right. I hope I'm not leaving out anything, but guys, we are here to help and to support. Share with your friends, tell your friends about us, and we will do everything and anything that we can do, everything to make sure that you are placed, okay? Because that's what we are about. We place international teachers in school districts. All right, thank you so much. And now, Mr. Wisdom, it's your time to wrap it up right here.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity. So one of my first advices for family is, hang a basket where your hand can reach, and that's a simple Jamaican term. And you come here, just ensure that you and your wife, your spouse, or your husband, wife to husband, have that conversation. I mean, look at the situation that's at hand, and ensure that you guys don't go too much above your means, which is very important. I mean, that can cause a lot of problem. Also, positive company. That's very important. Very, very, very important. I mean, ensure, I mean, as a Christian, yes, you do, but if you're not a Christian, seek persons that will be positive in advising or helping, or even have connections where you can get advice. Just as, Novi and your company's step by step consultancy. I mean, ask questions, send emails. And one of the big things, and Hopeton mentioned it, I encourage wives to be very supportive of your husband during that period. Yes, I mean, different ideas might float around. Boy, go and go work, go and go do something, go on, but it's not safe. And that one little chance that you might take, it might ruin everything. And then we used to be blamed when that happened. I mean, we know the saying, puss and dog now have the same luck. So if Tom next door do it, it doesn't necessarily means about you can do it and get through with it. And that's something that affects a lot of people. And that's very, very important. But I encourage the wives to be very supportive during that season. And also I encourage husbands to, support your wife as best as possible in that season. And vice versa, wherever, wherever it falls on the couple. But, and the last thing I'll say is prayer. Christian or not, there's a God that you can pray to. He's basically there, he never leave you nor forsake you. And that is very, very, very important.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Wisdom. And we want to just appreciate our guys. Somebody's asking which states do Step by Step Consultancy recruit teachers for. All right. So we have placed teachers in Louisiana, presently working with school district in Mississippi, also working with school district in Georgia, where Florida, and Texas. So those are the districts presently that we are working to place teachers in, and we are in communication with those places and some school districts in those states that I have just mentioned. Again, your husband, Educator Carl says, I was told that your spouse has to be in the country to be able to get the H4 in the USA. If not, I don't know about that. The persons that I have communicated with and what I know of, I've known people who their spouse was in Jamaica and they got the H4. So I can only tell you based off my experience, and I've had a whole lot of experiences. So I'm not sure. But Educator Carl, you can give me a call or send me an email and we can talk further about this. Graveyard Soup says, well done, guys. And let's put our hands together.
Respect, bossy.
As you have heard, it's very tough at first, but the end result, remember, guys, it is the end result. So sometimes you have to tough it out. I toughed it out with my family as well. And look at us now. There's a song that says, look at me now. Yeah. So, guys, God is faithful, and I don't do nothing. I don't leave my God out of anything. But guys, this, don't let me start preaching here, but this is Step by Step Consultancy, and we are happy to have you on. And look out for somebody else coming on next week. We are here every Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, send us an email or visit our website at stepbystepconsultancy.org, or send us an email at info@stepbystepconsultancy.org. We are here to serve you. God bless you and have yourselves a wonderful day. My pleasure. I am Novlet Simmonette, your host. Thank you so much.
All right, Gaylon, big up.
Thank you very
See
much.
you.
Big up yourself, Hopeton. Thanks very much, Novlet.
All right, bless you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.